So I'm gonna play the video, and then I'll come back after the clip and then give my feedback why I think it's somewhat what's the word I'm looking for? Another word for limited. It doesn't give the full picture. That's basically the long and short of it. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's get on with it.
When Dr. Umar Johnson is saying to black men, you need to stick with black women, he needs to go beneath the layer and start talking about black men's mentality and black men's attitude towards economics and towards family economics, basically. Man, them get money, they buy loads of trainers, they buy loads of designer clothes, they go on holidays, they go to restaurants, they rent cars, they finance cars, they cheat on their girls by booking hotels and all of that. They spend their money like that, but they ain't spending no money on owning, possessing and maintaining a house in the UK. And because they're not doing that, they need white women. Do you understand what I mean?
And I mean, the question I have to ask is he wrong? A lot of black men see the financial benefits of being with a woman outside their race and how it benefits them. The black men not dating black women thing is more specific to Caribbean black men in the UK. And I'm sure some of my brothers are going to be in the comments saying, it's love. You can't decide who you love.
Right. Wow. Where do I begin? Right. I'll try and wrap this up as quick as I can. Okay. The guy with a big beard, if not most, I would say all of what he said is completely alien to me. I have never, ever in my life dated a woman for financial benefit. It's something that would never occur to me. It has never been on my radar. It's just not how I'm wired. And just maybe this is a generational thing. I don't know. Or maybe it's a social circle thing, because for a start, him and both Javen are a lot younger than me. I would say if they're not almost half my age, they're probably over half my age. But let's say the guy with the big beard, to me, he looks like as though he's possibly in his mid to late 20s. Yeah, around that sort of ballpark. Javen, I would say again mid 20s, possibly up to early 30s, at a max mid 30s max. But I don't think he's as old as that. So compared to them, I'm an old fogey. I mean, for those who don't know, I'm going to be bloody hell. I'm going to be 63 in a few weeks' time. Okay, so generation wise, we're just night and day. And the social circle side, in the words of the street, the guy with a big beard, he would be described as a road man. Why do I say that, and how do I know that? But his terminology, his vocabulary, and the way he dresses. For example, he says, "Man them by this, and man them by that." Just, I'm not criticizing the way he speaks, but that's not my vocabulary. I don't say man them. You know, I'd say those guys, or guys like that. So again, just his social circles and my social circles are completely different. If there's a category that I would fit in, if anyone were to put me in a category, I would be classed as an old school boogie boy, you know, or old school funky clubber. So reason why I say all this is just to give you an idea that we are just two different animals as such. I have even been told by some black women in my past that I sound too white and too English. I've been told by some white women, the ghetto white women, that I'm not a proper black guy. To them, a proper black guy is a roadman or a gangster or a thug or so forth, which is kind of basically in their little ghetto mind. I'm talking about the white girls here, the ghetto white women. Any black man that's articulate and speaks well is not a true black man, which is a form of racism as far as I'm concerned. But that's another video for another day. Right. So my pushback of this example of this one size fits all category, what this guy represents. So I'm going to give a breakdown of 4 reasons that I've observed in my years of being born and raised here in the UK. So category number 1, or reason number 1, the guy who fits in this category, he simply is not attracted to black women. So that'd be one reason why you get black guys who date outside their race. Now, for sake of balance, you find this mindset is not just amongst black men. I've come across and I've dated South Asian women who said they don't do Indian men or Asian men. I've come across white women who said they're not into white men. I've come across white men who I've worked with in the entertainment field, entertainment industry. They say they're not into white women. You could go online and you see plenty of examples of East Asian women from China, Japan, who blatantly say they're not into Asian men. So it's not just black men who say this. Okay, right, let's move on to category number 2. Simply, for him, it's who he meets at the time, who the cap fits, wears it, and regardless of the woman's color, if she likes him, he likes her, and they both agree, they go on a date. Sad thing for him is, if he comes across some black women, they'll look at him. If he's not with a black woman, they'll assume that he doesn't like black women, which is far, far from the truth. It's, if he had met a black woman who was into him and he was into her, he would have been with a black woman. But they've made the assumption. So assumption is the mother of all F-ups, so to speak. Then we go to category number 3, which is almost similar to number 2. In category number 3, in his lived experience, he's received a warmer welcome from women outside of his race most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. As a result, he's inspired to go to places where he gets more luck and he feels that he's more appreciated. So he's not going to be inspired to go to a bashment rave or an R&B rave where it's going to be predominantly black women, because from his lived experience, he doesn't really feel much love from them. And even though he's probably dated a black woman before, but in his mind, he can't be asked to sift through the many in search for the few. Wrongly or rightly so, that's how it is. Okay. And then category number 5, I call it the isolation scenario, where he's grown up in an area where there's not many black people living there, and he's dated what's around him. He's probably lived in the middle of the Shires or something like that. But that doesn't mean if he comes to London or Birmingham or Manchester, he wouldn't be open to dating black women, but it's just what he's been around. So that's what he's dated. So these are more of a broader reason why black men, especially of Afro-Caribbean origin, would be dating outside of the race. Now, I hope that lays things out a bit more than that one example that does not apply to me whatsoever. That's why I had to speak up and thinking that's not my experience. That's not my lived experience. So there we go. I had to speak on behalf of myself. I'm not saying that Javen was saying or implying that one size fits all, but I just need to sort of nip that in the bud before people run away with that's why they date. That's why they date outside the race, because they need the money. I just need to nip that in the bud. Okay, and as I said, check out Javen's platform. He's really clever and he's got a wide range of topics, not just dating. He talks about financial situations and social issues. Check him out. Okay, folks. Thank you very much, and you'll see my funny face another time. So, okay, bye.